The Journal of the Wills, which eventually became Star Wars, which itself is a confluence of countless influences, came from a confluence of circumstance. This is also a confluence. The first key step in that process, in this creative progression, is THX 1138. And prior to that, the short film THX 1138 for EP. The film showed ambition and scope beyond most student films and warrants its own thorough examination. But the key here is that George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola formed American Zoetrope, and THX was going to be their first feature. In August of 1969, Coppola took the short film, along with the feature script, by Walter Murch and George Lucas to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers said yes to a budget of $770,777.77 and agreed to develop 6 other scripts. Like the short, the feature is definitely worthy of further examination. Just avoid the special edition of that one. George Lucas just couldn't avoid putting computer graphics on his old movies. The film, like the short, is an escape, about escaping from circumstances and escaping from things, and then an actual escape in the third act. But it's arguably somewhat inhuman and sterile. Audiences ate it up and it became the highest grossing film of all time. It was so successful that Disney bought all the rights to everything Lucasfilm owned and the entire company so they could build an entire amusement park themed around THX 1138.
Today, I am proud to announce the Walt Disney Company is acquiring Lucasfilm and the home of the legendary THX franchise,
where you can ride Escape the Autojets. Or is that just Autopia? Since none of that happened, or at least not that version of it, clearly it failed. And on a budget of all those 7s, it made only $955,000.
Disagreements with Warner Brothers over the final cut of THX, we ended up losing a lot of our projects that we were going to be doing for them.
Now, while the film failed, and maybe you could argue it didn't fail, but it certainly was not a success. However, it clearly shows Lucas's unique gifts for filmmaking, and was accepted into the Director's Fortnight program at the Cannes Film Festival. Lucas said Warner's didn't want to go there. They ended up sending a print, but didn't want to send Walter or me. So my wife and I took our last $1,500 and packed our backpack. So George Lucas didn't even have a pass to the festival.